Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Mr. Abdul Abbas, your economics teacher from CTY Model College. How are you at home? Happy Almighty Allah to end this disease of COVID-19 on time and return over to our school system. We want to start from where we have stopped last time. The topic we shall be looking at, the topic we looked at last time was sole proprietorship, where we define sole proprietorship as a business organization that is owned, controlled and financed by one person. So inshallah, the topic we want to look at today is partnership. What is partnership? A partnership will be defined as a type of business organization in which 2 to 20 persons agree legally to put their capital or skills or both together and establish a business setup as for purpose of making profits. So when we look at this definition, the minimum member of partnership is 2, while the maximum is 20. So that's a general law for partnership business. The minimum number is 2, while the maximum number is 20. So they put their capital together, or the skills they have, they pull it together for the purpose of running the business, or they might put both together. Now, the purpose of now establish the profit is nothing but to make profits. It's nothing but to make profits. Now, the people involved in partnership agreements are called partners. The people involved in partnership agreement are called partners, and they share the profits, losses, and risk of the business according to the agreement they have in the business. When partners are involved in banking enterprise, the number required by law is between 2 and 10, as against what we have said earlier. So the general law that guides partnership says that the membership of partnership should be 2 to 20, but in a situation when it involves banking operation, the membership should be between 2 to 10. Having said that, also, if partnership business involves practitioners like professionals, then the membership can be more than 20. Like for example, now when it involves legal practitioners, accountants, chartered accountants, and so on, their membership can be more than 20. Now, what are the examples of partnership in Nigeria? Examples are Ganifa Emi and Co. partners. So this one involves legal practitioners. Legal practitioners come together to form the chamber. Also, we also have Dia Fatimileyin and Co. That is those in estate firm. They come together to form Dia Fatimileyin and Co. partners. So the reason why I'm saying and co-partner is that some people believe that instead of saying co-partner, they will call it company. It's not company. It is Dia Fatimileyin and Co-partners, Ganifa Emi and Co-partners. That is how it is being called. Now, what are the features of partnership business? 1, ownership. The partnership is owned by 2 to 20 persons. But in a banking operation, in a banking enterprise, as I've said, the membership is between 2 and 10. Then number 2, objective. The primary objective of established partnership business is to make profits. So profit maximization is their guiding principle. Then number 3, source of capital. The capital required to set up the business is contributed by the partners. The capital is contributed by the partners. Number 4, the liability. We have said that liability means the debt that business owes outsiders. The debt that the business owes outsiders. But partners in partnership business, they having unlimited liability. How do we mean? In a situation when the business is bankrupt, that is, they are unable to pay the debt of outsiders, the asset of the business will be taken to settle the debt. But in a situation when that is not enough in settling the debt, the personal belongings of each of the partner will now be taken, they will now sell it in order to what? Settle the remaining debt. That's one of unlimited liability. Another one is lifespan. This one has to do with the time frame that the business will be in existence, and this one has to do with what? Agreements signed by the partners involved. Like for example now, the business that have come together to engage in one business or the other, after they have completed the business, they can consider to what? To bring the business to an end. Not only that, there is what called partnership deed. Partnership deed is a document that contains every agreement of the partnership business. So in the partnership, in the deed of partnership now, that book or document, it might be written there that what? After some years, maybe 10 years, the partnership business should be brought to an end. So meaning that after that year, they have reached the year, then the business is going to be brought to an end. That's the last one. The another one is legal entity. Partnership business is not a legal entity. As the partners are not separated from the business, the partners are not separated from the business. Unlike company, for example now, First Bank PLC is a company. If one goes there, one cannot meet the owner of the companies there. Owners of First Bank, that is shareholders. Shareholders are the owner of First Bank. Owners of the shareholders will not be there. Those that can be met there, they are manager and the workers of the company. So shareholders are not there. But unlike partnership now, partnership are the owner of the company. They are those that are still working for the company, for the business. They are the owner of the firm. They are still working for the firm. So meaning that they are not legal entity. So after this, let us now look at this. What we have just said now, they are the features of partnership business. Let us now look at source of capital for partnership business. One, personal contribution from partners. Personal contributions. When partnership business is to be started, every partner is going to contribute capital. So that capital now will now be used to start the business. Another source is that they might obtain loan or overdraft from bank. So when they are using bank, the bank they are using, they might obtain loan and overdraft from them. The another one is trade credit. They can also what? Buy goods on credit or their raw materials on credit from their supplier. Then after they have sold the goods, they now pay the creditors. They pay the creditors. Now, another way is undisputed profits. When they realize profits, they might decide that all the profits should not be distributed to the partners. So they might consider to retain part of the profits. So part of the profit that they have retained in order to finance the business, we call it undistributed profit. And it's one of the sources of financing partnership business. Another one is what? Admission of new partners. Admission of new partners. So anytime a new partner is admitted, he is going to contribute his own capital. So it's one of the sources of partnership capital. Let us now look at the types of partnership business. There are two types of partnership business. There are two types of partnership. We have limited partnership. The second one, we have general or ordinary partnership. Limited partnership, this is a type of partnership in which partners are limited to the amount of capital contributed. Meaning that anytime the business is bankrupt, what the limited partners in partnership can be suffered is amount of capital they have contributed. They cannot lose more than that. So now, in furtherance of that, according to Partnership Act, when we say act is a particular section in the Constitution that governs partnership business. That's one of Partnership Act. There must be one general partner with unlimited liability and one limited partner whose liability is limited to the amount invested. So it means that in partnership business, every limited partner must have somebody behind him whose liability will be unlimited. So that partner now whose liability is unlimited, we are going to be referring to him as ordinary or general partner. So that's the name given to him. So meaning that after a limited partner, now a limited partnership, there will be somebody behind him whose liability will be unlimited. So the partner, so let's further. The partner can take equal part in management and operation of the business. Meaning that the partner, that is a limited partner now, cannot be an active partner, cannot be taking part in the day-to-day administration of the business. So that's what is meant by an active partner. Number two, general or ordinary partnership. Here, they are liable to the full extent of the debts of the firm. What do we mean by this? In a situation when the business is bankrupt, each of the ordinary or general partner will be fully liable to the debt of the business. Meaning that when the asset of the business is not enough to settle the debt, their personal belongings can also be taken to settle the debts. So that's the meaning of what? Fully liable to the debt of the firm. The liability of the members is unlimited. That's what it implies. So the liability of the member is unlimited. They all take active part in the administration and management of the business. So meaning that the general or ordinary partnership in it, general partner or ordinary partner can be an active partner. That is, they can take an active involvement in the day-to-day work of the business. So that's that on what? On types of partnership. So inshallah, in our next lesson, we shall continue from where we have stopped today. We pray that Allah should give us the understanding of what we have just discussed and should make us better Muslims.